Andrew Tate's been blackballed from the internet because he's making like
toxic masculinity.
No, that's why everyone hates him. But
toxic.
that's why everyone hates him. But the reason why he was banned, and this was mainly on like Instagram and Facebook, but I have a feeling it was the same reason on everything.
Treason.
Was because treason was because of the charges that he claims were false in where does he fucking live? Scandinavia or whatever the fuck.
Somewhere in
fucking wherever the fuck, and like Ukraine.
Or no, he said Scandinavia.
I think it's
somewhere, bro. I don't know, but nah. You remember hearing about like
Romania,
yeah. There was charges where he had like an American girl held captive or whatever.
Yep.
And then the
all that shit's fake.
Charges were dropped, but that's why he was banned.
Okay.
So that
for being like a dangerous person.
Some people have said he's a human trafficker. That's how he gets all the money.
Like human trafficking, being a dangerous person.
That's just like, why the fuck would he be trying? Yeah, why would he try to be one of the world's biggest known celebrities figures? And he's fucking trafficked. Like, bro, it makes no sense. You gotta think. But anyway, overall, what I think it is personally, and what he has also said, and other people within his community, is like he's spreading a message of like men need to become strong type shit.
Yeah.
And there was like one video I was watching, and like he was like getting deep into it, and like it started making a little sense, and like I was like, damn. If you think about it like that, I mean, yeah, because like think about all this shit that's out nowadays, like porn, fucking there was some other shit he mentioned. It was porn, the fast food, all this like, hey, like if you speak out like as a man, like as a man type shit, like, bro, I can't think of his examples, bro. They were so good, but like it.
There's a lot of things that he talks about. I just wanted to say I can't think of the examples you're talking about, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that he says that I feel like everyone would genuinely agree on.
Yeah.
Like he covers a lot about, like just sort of just the male positivity and sort of the right.
Yeah, I know what you guys are saying, because I've seen him on a stream with somebody, and he was like arguing with another streamer. He was like, if somebody breaks in the house and you and your girl are upstairs, who is going downstairs? And the guy was like, none of us. And he was like, you as a man, it's your job to go down there and protect. And I mean, like, yeah, that's true.
Either protect, or if you're not trying to protect, help like your girl fucking run away. If that's what you're about to do. If you're trying to run away, then you gotta help your girl run away too. Because it's fight or flight.
Because the point is, like, you gotta step up.
You are man. It's the masculinity thing. And the whole point
a lot of people are scared of that nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna say, like, there's a lot of shit he be saying that I don't agree with, though.
Yeah.
Like, he be saying a lot of bold ass shit,
a lot of wild,
outlandish listen, shit. The thing with that is, I think he knows it's satire. Like, he's not being serious when he says he goes to a restaurant and doesn't get served by a male waitress. Female waitress.
Because he's smart. That's how he goes viral.
Exactly.
That's how he goes viral. But, like, people will see that shit, and then it's the same thing with Trump. Trump would say one thing when he was running for president, and they wouldn't agree with it. So they would look at anyone that supported Trump as like, oh, I don't agree with you. Even though there's a lot of things that Trump wanted to do that were good for Americans and every race and just the country in general. Like, there's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Andrew Tate. He'd be saying a lot of shit that literally anyone in the right mind would agree with.
Like, I'm allowed to agree with somebody, not all the way. Like, I don't have to think everything he says is gold, but he does speak a lot of facts. You know
fucking the fucking Nazis, as horrible as they were, did a lot of scientist experiments that America to this day still uses in like so it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, yeah.
Does that make us Nazis?
Not at all.
We're American. You know what I mean? But yeah, overall though, he was basically saying, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this, see what you think. Like, he was, I'm not going to quote this for word, but I'm just going to summarize it. Basically, the government is trying to like weaken men type shit. Because, like, think about it. Once, like, men are supposed to be the strongest defenders, and think about it with all, like, that's where I was going with, like, all the porn and all the instant gratification, all the other shit that we've been feeded, it's weakening us as a men. And he's saying that, basically, these companies and shit knows what it's doing, but they're still raking in the money from it. Don't give a fuck.
Social media companies.
Yeah, the government knows what's happening. They don't give a fuck because they're also making money from all the taxes and shit from all these companies, and they're benefiting. And so it's just like, at this point, they're just weakening men so the government could possibly come in.
Well, no, what they're actually trying to do is, well, yes, they're trying to weaken men.
I see what you mean.
They're trying to do that to weaken. I'm high as fuck. Weaken the families because one thing that Andrew Tate would talk about that I did sort of agree with is like in a family, sort of all of the ideals and beliefs sort of stem from the father, because the father, will, whenever they find like their significant other, get married and all that, if it's not similar belief systems and viewpoints on the world, they'll eventually be the same at some point after marriage, just living together and shit. And not always, it's just a very generalized statement. Yeah. But like, most people, you don't have someone that fucking, it's not common to see someone that like fucking is like a fucking crazy liberal, and then you have some crazy Republican and they're married, It's not that common these days. Mm-hmm. But you have fucking, I kind of forgot where I was going with this shit. Oh yeah, what was it? What were you gonna say?
I was listening.
Oh. The Andrew Tate shit. Cause I kind of lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're talking about how it's basically.
You probably should take this shit back.
It's basically.
Oh no! I remember now. The families. I was talking about the families. So when they weaken the men, then the men aren't transferring their belief system as well and passing it down, because it transfers through like the relationship that you have with your wife, and then once you have kids and you as a father and then the mother start raising the kids and you pass this belief system down to your children. That's why they want to keep the kids in the school all the time, and the teachers sort of turn their kids against their parents as far as belief systems, all this shit. And
he was also saying like homeschool your kids type shit.
It's just like they want the father to be away from the family, and then they want everyone to think that like, okay, the father's all out working and equal rights, so the mother should be always out working too, and then so everyone's out working, the kids being raised by school and the fucking internet.
School.
So the belief systems aren't getting passed down anymore.
Which is fucking the family systems as a whole, which those kids will grow up and be easy to manipulate.
Basically,
bullshit.
The reason everyone's turning up so fucked up, going shooting up schools and shit, is because the government has manipulated us into not raising our kids right. And people are having kids for the wrong reasons, or they're having kids without understanding what it means to be a parent, and they're raising children without doing it correctly.
Yeah. Good way to put it.
And it's a simple thing, like, you just don't fucking fuck up the kid. That's all you gotta do.
But also, I see how that could be hard as a parent with the internet being how it is right now. I mean, like, go on TikTok, and the average user on TikTok is like 9 to 15 years old, and you see the stuff on TikTok. I'm like, bro,
that's the problem.
If my kid was seeing this, if
I had a kid, I would not have let them have a phone that young. Though that's the thing.
Yeah, like, that's true.
Like my parents didn't. You knew me in middle school. I didn't not have a phone.
Bro, we didn't get phones till after 6th grade.
We were grown, bro, and like I had to buy mine. I had to wait until I was allowed to, and then I had to save up and buy that bitch. So it's like this generation, they get a fucking iPad or a tablet when they're like a fucking baby.
Bro, my sister,
they're just raised on that shit. It's like we were not raised with technology. We would like have to play with shit.
That's so true, bro.
Use imagination.
You know what I'm saying? Like I play with like wooden blocks and like Legos and shit.
Bro, that's so true. Because even like my little cousins that could not even walk yet, like the first thing, like the moms be doing is like putting up the iPad with the YouTube video. Like that's the first shit they be like connecting.
Like, I'm not doing that to my kid, bro. I'm not doing that.
Gotta get that nigga outside, bro. I know he's
experienced.
Like, be it little, especially that little. That's like the most like most easy influence parts of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you're gonna like get your most character from. It's like your childhood.
And like I feel like it's mainly a protective thing. Like parents are like, they're either too busy and they don't have to watch their kid or like do shit with their kid, which is a whole problem on their end. But like, so they just give them a laptop to keep them busy or whatever, turn on the TV or whatever. But it's like, or there's the other thing where like they're afraid of like shit happening. But it's like your kid going outside and like falling down and like fucking cutting their leg, whatever it is, like
that's just
like,
gonna happen.
That's a part of learning, like going outside and like just shit happening, like getting a black eye from like playing catch to baseball or like whatever the fuck happens.
Bro, there was this whole ass saying, bro, I saw, like, I don't even know where I saw this shit, but it's basically like, you, as a parent, you're supposed to protect your kid, but like whenever it's like a danger that's not like fucking they're gonna die or, you know, be bodily harmed, you
have to balance it.
Yeah,
you don't want to overprotect because then you're literally
a helicopter parent.
Yeah, and
you don't want to be one of those.
Your kid will grow up and they literally won't know shit. They won't know anything. They won't be a normal person.
Yeah, and that's how these fucking, you know, don't mean to be all vulgar and shit, but that's how these whores are created. You know, they don't. You know.
Bro, literally, they're raised in a hella religious family, and
locked up, can't go out.
And then as soon as they get in high school, they're fucking.
They're fucking going crazy. They're going crazy, bro. These girls will be going crazy, bro.
What if we get canceled?
Fuck them.
Bro, I was hearing this. Speaking of that, because like, this is actually kind of a good thing I wanted to bring up, but it was who the fuck was. Many people brought it up, but it's people that have been canceled. Like Joe Rogan, they tried to cancel him. I think Andrew Tate was saying it, but it's like, whenever you do like what we're doing, where you go and post content where it's literally hours and hours and hours of raw, unedited, pure conversation. It's not like we're sitting here and scripting this shit like, alright, bro, so we're gonna talk about this. It's like, we're literally sitting down here, and like sometimes we come up with questions we want to ask. But like, at the end of the day, we're sitting down here and we're just getting high as fuck and talking. So it's like, anyone that does that in any form, like whether a comedian or they're whatever, in any form of doing that, like anyone can take some shit and like clip it up or take some shit from just a long time ago. Like imagine whenever our podcast is hella big, like say 5 years from now or whatever, and then they go back and watch one of our old ass episodes, and there's some shit that we said that we don't agree with.
Just talking about right now.
Like, there could be something. There could be something we say now that we don't agree with in 5 years. It's still on the podcast. What are we gonna be a bitch and delete it? No, it's just we're not that same person as we were 5 years ago. We're the same person but 5 years in the future.
I see this a lot with Andrew Tate. Like, I'll see clips of shit on like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and he'll say some like out of line, bold shit, and I'll be like, whoa. Yeah. And then I'll like watch a full podcast, like the full episode on YouTube, and I'll like hear the full conversation. I'm like, yo, that was totally out of context.